started streaming years ago and quit because I don't believe in myself and never started again. Alright, dude. I can completely, I understand. I understand. It's gonna seem like there's this dark cloud just coming above you and nothing is gonna make it go away because you don't see results. And I understand your mindset. If you don't see results, you feel like you're doing nothing. Um, I recently, like this morning, no, I'm sorry, not this morning, last night, I don't sleep. All the links you see on my Twitter, on my Twitter, blah, 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 on my Twitch that are posted right now, I did 90% of that. No, it was this morning. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. Yeah, I did all that this morning. I edited all the videos and stuff this morning. I did all that because I wasn't seeing results, but I started digging into places on the internet that I've never dug before. I did something different. And that's a part of the reason that we feel that deepening darkness that just clouds over us is because we're stuck in the rut. And you've got to realize that the farther you dig down in a rut, the more the walls close in around you because there's only one way down, but you don't dig out. But if you dig out and give yourself another outlet, give you somewhere else that it feels like, hey, all right, if I want to escape, I can escape here. You know, get out of the rut, and then you'll figure out, hey, I built these walls around me. I'm pretty sure I can knock them back down. It'll get you out of that hidey hole, you know? Because I'm a hermit myself. I despise the human species. I feel that we are a plight on this planet. Oh, drifted, baby, drifted. Come on, fucker. Anyways, I despise the human genome. We're a failed experiment, but that goes back into what I was talking about earlier. Stop it! Go! Turn. Sorry. Dude, you are good. Like, you gotta... Times seem dark, but even in the darkness, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Whether that light's attached to the sun or the front end of a train, it doesn't matter. Your troubles will soon be over. Oh my god. Stop! Turn! Go! Sorry, you gotta give me 2 seconds. I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright. Dude, depression it's a cancer. And if you sit there and you focus on just the misery and the sadness and the darkness in the world, you'll never realize that somebody made gummy bears. And gummy bears are pure happiness. Have you ever ate a gummy bear? You can't be sad and eat a gummy bear. It just tastes weird in your mouth. But if you gotta find that one thing. You find your gummy bear. Find that one thing to make you go, hey, life ain't so bad. Now, I'm not gonna say I don't sit here and, you know, there are days I wake up and I want to suck the hollow point out of a business end of a Smith and Wesson and see if I can suck the hollow point out of a Smith and Wesson before I let the hammer drop. But I know at the end of the day, it's not the answer. If that's the answer for everything, we live in a sadder society than I give it credit for. It's not the end of the world. Or it might be the end of this bad world. You might have to leave your interstellar plane and jump on somebody else's planet because yours is dying. But you gotta realize, just because the planet you're on dies, doesn't mean you can't create a new one. We're all space dust. Think about that. if you're a Star Wars fan, when oh, you're good, dude. You know what? I'm glad I can actually give you some laughter and inspiration right here. Are you a Star Wars fan? Because if not, this analogy is going to go out the freaking window for you. I mean, not really. Death Star blows up Alderaan, and Alderaan just even the Force. Yoda said, no, it wasn't Yoda. Who was it? Somebody said, it is though thousands of voices were suddenly silenced. It might have been Qui-Gon. Oh my god, I gotta watch the series again. Anyways, even in that moment, Leia, who is from Alderaan, supposedly, where am I going? I'm going here. Later in the series, like much later, you find bits and pieces of Alderaan, the main planet that just got blowed up, on other worlds. Like they'll find Alderaan flowers, Alderaan the cows that they had. It's like just bits and pieces survive. So just because your past mentality blew up, it's probably for the best, you know. But you'll keep the important pieces. And it's kind of like when a knight changes his armor. He doesn't just say, "Oh, you know, I got a little scratch right here. I'm going to replace the whole suit." No, he's just going to replace the shoulder blade. Don't sit there and change your whole way of living just because you get a little chink in your armor. Sometimes you just need a new pair of gloves. But then again, you got to realize sometimes you might need to just go to a different blacksmith. I have to think about the profession right there. If you keep going to the same blacksmith and your armor keeps chinking, he's probably doing it on purpose. He's probably sitting there saying, "Hey, this guy's going to keep coming back. I'll just keep making it cheap so he has to come back." So it might not be your armor. It might be your supplier. Alright, where am I going? There's so many variables that cut into the mental psyche of it. Because it can go far back as things you heard in the womb. They can plant themselves in your subconscious that you're not even aware of it. Like there's days I'll look at my wife and I'm just like, "Dear God, I'm gonna kill this bitch today." But there's part of me that's like, "Hey, she might be pissing you off right now, but you're too pretty for prison." So there's two sides to every coin. Red makes it faster. Oh my gosh. Alright, give me 2 seconds. I gotta get me something to drink. Give me 2 seconds. Don't run. Just think of yourself as the knight in the show. You got the blacksmith that makes your armor, and then you have to figure out why you're on your quest in the first place. Because a quest without purpose is literally anarchy. What do you do on a quest? You'll sit there and you must defeat an enemy. Why is this person your enemy? Because whoever the quest giver is says that says they're the enemy. But are they your enemy? Or are they your enemy only because your quest giver instructed saying that that is your enemy. Oh, I'm gonna get this picture. Sometimes you gotta not Vista Crossroads View, whatever. Try to make yourself not the quest receiver, but the quest inspiration. Because often the lore and inspiration behind a quest far precedes the actual quest itself.
Run, okay? Go.
Where am I going? Alright, let's go. I've completely lost all train of thought, and I have no idea why I'm racing this race. Dude, I'll sit here and keep going until your depression disappears. You know what the turkey said to the farmer on Thanksgiving? Quack, quack. You know why the turkey crossed the road? Because he wasn't a chicken. You know it's red and smells like blue paint? Red paint. Oh, here's a thinker for you. What is the difference between having a granny fetish and being a necrophiliac? Usually about 2 weeks. I gotta catch up to this guy. Oh my god. There you go. There you go. There you go. Hit the traffic. I find laughter to be the best medicine. Not on some Patch Adams bullshit. Like, laughter releases, oh my god, I'm trying to drift, sorry. What is the chemical I'm thinking of? Dopamine, fuck. Yeah, laughter releases dopamine into the brain, which hits your pleasure receptors, thus increasing your mood. So, I mean, I try to spread laughter as much as I can. But I'm not gonna get walked over either. Yeah, I'll be the funny guy, but I'm not gonna be the push. Fuck you! Goddammit, goal! Oh, that was terrible! Fucking meeting it in the middle of nowhere. Don't be a doormat. Don't. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. Oh, I got it. By like 12 seconds. Cool. 11 and a half. Anyways. What the fuck are we talking about? I completely forgot. That's how that happened. Now there's a cop on me. Don't be a doormat. Yeah, alright. And in not being a doormat, you need the pure definition of a doormat. Walk over me, I'm here to greet you, and that's it. You have to be the main character in your own story. If you just walk around and let others give you quests, yeah, you might be the main character, but you're also implanting yourself into their story. Where the fuck am I going? to be an extra. Because think about it, when King Arthur, or whatever fucking king you want to put there, decided, hey, I'm gonna send my knights into battle, you don't remember the knights' names. No, but you know King Arthur. Why do you know King Arthur? Because he's the one that decreed the order. He's the one that history stated, yes, this action by this man caused great outcomes in our favor. So we want to record that. Don't go through life being scared of failure. Yeah, he threw his knights to the grinder, yes, but he had faith that his knights would succeed. Where the fuck am I going? Oh, I appreciate the follow, AJ. Anyways, but yeah, just look, it happens, bro. You know, no harm, no foul, no worries. It's Amy. Show location on map. This is where I'm going. I'm going the opposite freaking direction. Red makes it faster. That's where I just was. Did I not do it? Oh my gosh. All right. All right. You have to be the main character in your story. Sit upon your throne, but don't gloat about it. Certain people you have to turn into extras in your life. Because if you keep holding on to everyone and trying to make everyone happy, trying to appease everyone, you feel like less than because you've already given your all to everyone. Once you give your all, give everything you have to everyone, there's nothing left that's you. It's all pieces of everyone else. Where am I going? Up here? Yes? No? Yes? Maybe? I don't know.
I'm not sure where I'll be. Man, some heavy hitters just rolled into town. I heard they got badge to hat.
No thanks. Sounds like trouble.
Yeah, man. You never know who's really behind all that.
Oh, those pants fit me.
Especially with these outlaw dudes.
No, never mind. I've gotten fat. I don't know.
Or
I'll go through them.
like
Whatever.
Man Crush Magnus.
Hey, don't be kidding about that. Wrong person hears and we're all on the hook. All right, let me tell you about Magnus, right? He ain't just... Don't.
Look, I'm Spike, I don't give a shit. I'll go to your mission in a second. I'm making me lose my train of thought. Sorry, my wife dropped clothes off. Anyways, always have that main character energy. And I know that sounds like a cliche now that everyone has ruined it. It doesn't matter if you're getting cold cuts at the deli market, pumping gas, or you're about to, squash a criminal enterprise. It doesn't matter. Have that confidence that you are the main character and your decision is going to impact history for all of time. Let them remember your name. Let them know that you went into battle with bravery. And then you can be fulfilled in your decisions.
Don't forget
I think I said that
the
right.
target speed for this to be a valid run, okay? Go.
I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Jerry Maguire. It is a beautiful Tom Cruise movie. It's also got Cuba Gooding Jr. in it. It's a very good movie. He says he wakes up every day, claps his hands, and says today is going to be a good day. Before his feet even hit the floor, today is going to be a good day. That is the decree he made. And in stating, hey, today's going to be a good day, you've already put your best foot forward. You've already decided, you know what, I'm going to make the best out of my day. Where the fuck is everybody at? Sorry. I'm going to make the best out of my day. I'm going to do exactly something to make you happy. Screw the world. Because I guarantee you, if you're looking out for everybody, who's looking out for you? You can't sit there and bear the weight of the world on your shoulders and expect to walk away unscathed. Is this just a time trial? Just get to the end as fast as you can, because I can do that shit. You gotta be able to shake off the dead weight. You gotta tell some people, hey, look, I can't keep sitting here carrying your weight and mine. You've eaten twice the oats, so now you're twice as fat. Carry your own weight. There's a lot of people who take and take and take and take because they're only looking out for themselves. There's a lot of people out there named Needmo. Don't be named Owen. Hell, Needmo would go to the Getting Gotten store on You Got It Avenue. They know the place. It's right next to You Can't Get It Here. But once you sit there and you realize who's dead weight, who's holding you back, who just don't have your best interest at heart, shake them off. Let Taylor Swift be a shake it off. Oh, man. That depression just float away. It's like... Fuck. It's like... Just... If you're sitting there and you got an arrow in your back, take the arrow out, and then you start to heal. Once you take away that dead weight, you'll feel your strength start to grow. See, dude, I've never had anybody ask me this question. Ask me these questions. I've never had anybody come onto my channel and say, "Hey, you know what? I need some help." Or, I mean, I'm not saying you did that, but you did bring up your issue. And, you know, I've dealt with it all, and I just, once you ask me a question, I'll get on a tangent, and I will tell you, you know, everything I know about it, and then some, but I just, with my ADHD, I can't just say, hey, I'm gonna talk about this today, because then it just feels disingenuous to me, and it's, how do I put it? Kind of like when a kidnapped victim is sitting there reading off a script. You can feel the fakeness in it. You can feel how it's staged. But if you genuinely, because words are real, sit there and answer someone's query and come from the heart, you don't need a script. You don't need somebody sitting there waving a piece of paper or a teleprompter in your face. Because when it comes from your heart, you just know that this is the right way of saying things. This is how things need to come out. And once again, I have no idea. I'm running from the cops. So, alright, these are things I'm doing. I can't just sit there and read off a script or sit there and plan out my videos or anything like that. I'm here to touch the people. I'm here to sit there and figure out what's going on in y'all's world. Yeah, I'm sitting here playing a video game, but we've all sat here and we've played the same video game. You're here to chat. You're here to sit here and figure out, hey, what's this guy got that I ain't got? You know, maybe he'll do something different. You gotta just believe in yourself. And the rest falls into place. I mean, wow, I just had Ryan from Half Baked go through my fucking head. Oh shit! See, first you gotta know who Killer the dog was. The Killer was born to a three-legged bitch mother, and he was always ashamed of this. But Killer, and then what was it? So Killer started rebelling. He started doing dog fights. He was good. Killer was damn worst opponent, Nibbles. Nibbles was his brother. They grew up together. Hey, appreciate you, AJ. AJ, that was, yeah. Any more questions, dude? Feel free to ask. I got you. I will sit here and tell you the truth. I don't sugarcoat nothing, because the fat fucks our world will probably just eat it up and take it out, and shit it out, and turn it into something awful. Where am I going? Amy.
Alright, I'm itching to go for another rip. Let's do this.
There we go. Let's fucking put it on the map. It's about the main character energy. If you can sit there and say, hey, I'm the main character in my story, I'm taking control, there's nothing that can stop you. There is not a deterrent they can throw in your path that you can't overcome. It will amaze you with the amount of power you actually have once you tell the universe you're going to do something. If you just put it out there that, hey, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to do, you would be amazed at how many doors just open. It's not going to happen overnight, but it does take dedication. It takes time. It takes want. It takes determination and sheer fucking will. But you can will it into existence. You can do anything you put your mind to as long as you have the determination and the want. Anything is possible. It's the want to that most people lack. They sit there and they can say, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. No, you ain't gonna do a damn thing. You know why? Because it's all talk. When they say, hey, I want to, show me the want. Don't show me what you're gonna do, what you want to do. Show me what you've already done. And when you can show me what you already done, talk is over with. You ain't gotta sit there and say, I'm gonna want to do anything. You will see the improvements. Don't sit there and talk about your plan, because if you talk about your plan, people will steal your plan. That was actually the plot to the Italian Job. He had the villain had no imagination. I think it was Idris Elba who played the character. He had no imagination. When they asked him, hey, what are you going to do with your take? He said, I don't know. I'll take one of what each of you have. Meaning there's no imagination there. Meaning that he wasn't the main character. He was already on a predetermined role, making him the villain. And if you'll find people like this in your life, people that whose life is already determined, where once you meet them, there's so much of a shell that there's nothing left. They're just literally going through the motions to no avail. There's no real impact in their life. It's
You're gonna need good
oh man, they're just going through the motions. It's like doing the Macarena to no music. Where's my car keys? It doesn't fucking matter. Because even once you find them, you don't have a car. It's like when you leave an NPC in a game. Yeah, that NPC might still exist somewhere in the code, but it doesn't exist outside of your vision. That NPC is on a route, and if you follow it, it's the same exact route. It's a rut. In the end, you have to ask yourself, am I the NPC or am I the player? Are you the NPC sitting there making someone else's background light up? Or are you the player here to sit here and make the background make sense? only two ways. It's black and white. There is no gray area. You know, you can't say, oh, I'm half NPC. No, you're not. If you're half NPC, you got any NPC, that's dead code sitting there rotting inside you. It is literally, Amy, get the fuck out of my way! If that NPC code keeps rotting inside you, it keeps you in that rut. It wants you to conform to the simulation. It will literally eat you away until there is nothing left. And you have to take a stand, otherwise you'll die an empty shell. It's not a way to live. It's not the proper way this life is supposed to be lived. We're supposed to be able to prosper and put forth our best foot and make things happen. It's sad, but in order to do that, get the fuck out of my way! You have to... Really? Fucking taxi? Alright. In order to be the main character, you have to determine who's an NPC. You have to make sure that you're not an NPC. Break your code. Now, I'm not saying go off on a tangent. Oh, I'm not going to work today because that's what my program wants me to do. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're in a rut. Find a way out. Some people say, oh, I've hit rock bottom. There's nowhere to go. What up? Bullshit. There's always farther down. But even the earth will show us. The farther you dig down, eventually you're going to start digging up. All everybody's worried about is up, and they can't see the fact that, hey, maybe me sitting here digging it, get the fuck out of the corner! Maybe me sitting here digging this hole is a lesson that my character needs to learn. This is a quest I'm on. Why am I digging this hole? What caused me to dig in this hole? Find parameters to state why your code put you in this hole. Is that it? Is that it? Okay, I did it. Cool. Need to create something in your world. Create a goal. Create something. Find something to throw your heart into. Find something that inspires you. I don't know what that is. It's got a star next to it. I gotta fucking do it anyway. Stay in the group and earn... Oh, I gotta earn a drift score. Okay. You gotta find your main character energy. Find your inner hero. And you don't have to walk out there and be fucking Sir Lancelot. Because even Dave the Knave will have an epic journey if he is able to acknowledge the parts in his story. I can't remember the name of the channel right now. But there is a beautiful story. The character's name is Balin. He's a fisherman. The only thing he says throughout the entire 15-minute clip... Oh, I'm going way too fast. Come on. Alright. Is morning. Great day for fishing, ain't it? But he still saves the maiden. And even when the quest tells him, hey, you can't go any farther, he pushes on. And it is the most badass clip I've ever seen. But he broke his programming because something in his universe was telling him what was happening was wrong. That's... Appreciate you, Darkness. I appreciate you. But even just a fisherman. He was there to teach you how to fish. In the end, once he left the pond, he was still on a quest to protect the maiden that he just rescued. In the end, he returned the maiden to her family, who happened to be the king and queen of the world they were in. So something is it could be something so insignificant. It could be just walking to the store and smiling at a stranger. That one smile could change that stranger's entire day. That's a small way to be a hero. You can sit there and... Hold on, I gotta figure this out. Wrong way. That one.
Look, I'm just playing.
You can sit there and you can be a side character your whole life, going on a script. Or you can take the time to actually acknowledge the world around you and be the person that you want to be on the inside instead of just dreaming about it. Because dreams are just your memories being formulated and processed, and it's no way of looking forward. Dreams are what's already happened. Or they're a delusion. The only thing that matters is what's tangible. Dreams are ideas. It's nice to have the ideas, but in the end, you have to take action. You have to be that guy who actually goes out and slays the dragon, or goes out and wins the race. What the fuck is that? What that was, okay. Don't be a background character. Be the motivation the world needs to see. I want you to sit there and look yourself in the mirror and say, I am worth it. I am somebody. Because everybody in all the world can sit there and tell you they love you. But it does not matter if you don't love yourself. If you look in the mirror every morning and you just seriously want to punch yourself in the face because you're that miserable, then you need to find why you're mad at yourself. What have you done to yourself to make yourself angry? That's why you need to talk to yourself. I mean, yeah, it sounds crazy. I'll sit there and have a damn conversation with myself out loud. And it's not a problem to talk to yourself. It's when you answer yourself with huh. That's when everything goes astray. Talking to yourself, it's like self-therapy. You can sit there and it's like getting an expert opinion on... I'm the player, not the NPC. Exactly! You must be the player, AJ. You must be the player. Sorry, I'm on fucking Xbox and I don't see when my chats pop up like I do when I'm on PlayStation. That's my fault. So if I miss a chat, I'm completely sorry. But you have to understand, being the player isn't just self-realization. It's taking action.
Hey, you have to let me post these bill pics, man. The man himself might see him, you know? But, listen, we ain't about widowmakers in here. No. So, balance in your bill to handle all that power, that is stage 2, okay?
Is she chewing gum?
You know that, Nakai-san, he used to be a street racer just like us. Now, he travels the world building cars for very concerning clients.
It's true. I am pretty incredible.
Go back to your rainforest sounds, Manu.
All right.
I just posted a picture of our builds.
Sweet. Ooh, sweet indeed. Now watch us stay up all night waiting for the man himself to like him.
Whatever, man.
Hey, you spend way too much time under that hood anyway. We need to get you back on the streets. Racing.
Sure. See you later, man, okay?
Peace.
She has a weird thumbs up. But even this video games, they are a perfect representation of what I'm trying to say here. First of all, hold on, I can do upgrades. Think about when those two were just talking to my character. Not once did they refer to me by name. Not once did they, give me any kind of nickname or anything to determine gender or anything like that. That's because I have to build a name for myself. And real life is the same exact way. People might see you, but they're not going to know your name until you know your name. Heading in. No, that's not what I wanted. That one. You have to make a name for yourself. You have to sit there and... You have to start your own quest line. Sometimes it won't be given to you. It won't be just handed out to be noticed. Let's get out of here. That one. Like, I actually have to seek out my quests here. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't played this game in forever, so it's not just in the back of my memory. I'm just racing. But in just racing, that makes me an NPC in the game. I'm just literally going through the motions. Yes, I'm going through this epic adventure that was written, I assume very well. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to everything. But it was written by someone else for me to experience. Can you write your own journey? That is the main question here. Can you be the one to say, hey, my journey starts here. My journey starts now. You have to not only say, hey, this is my journey, you have to figure out where your journey is going. Some people unlock this main character trait, immediately. They know what they're going to do. But, again, those people are few and far between. That's your Elon Musk. That's your Mark Zuckerberg, this lizard as he is. I've already gotten this. Why is it doing it again? Anyways. It's 1 in 100,000 that just wake up with main character energy and just are able to succeed like that. So don't compare yourself to the exception. Don't compare yourself to the exception of the rule. Become the exception to the rule. Because if you're the reason for the rule, then you are the NPC. Don't be the reason, be the exception, and then become exceptional. This is a track? This is pretty cool. I can't see shit, but this... Ooh. Once you become exceptional, once you become your own main character, nothing can stop you. Nothing is going to sit there and detour you. You'll come up against NPCs that are literally meant to be your downfall, your antagonist in your story. They literally come into your world just to drag you down. You'll come into contact with these people when you are sitting there on top of Cloud 9. You are sitting there and you feel like you could take on the world, and then this antagonist will intentionally show up and just demolish your plans, throwing you into a spiraling depression. That's the simulation sitting there saying, hey, what the fuck am I doing right now? Sitting there saying, hey, you know what, you're about to break your programming, I'm going to put a little stop to that real quick. Don't let it. Sit there and tell that protagonist, or antagonist, if you're not going to help, I don't need you. It's like creating your own workforce. You're not going to hire somebody who's going to just sit on their ass all day and do nothing. You want that productive member. If Joe Blow was sitting there complaining, did I just get that? I did. Cool. If you got Joe Blow sitting in the corner going, oh, this will never work, this ain't gonna happen, this ain't gonna do nothing, then that's all you're gonna hear, and eventually that's what you're gonna believe. Feeding a lie enough, you can turn it into reality. That's how CIA agents, fuck me if I can talk, beat lie detector tests. You have to believe in your mind that the lie is real. Commit to your alternate identity and make the lie real, even if you have to go about it in a roundabout way. That's how they beat the lie detector tests. But if you sit there and you're able to see past the bullshit, you're able to conjure your own prosperity, sit there and tell the universe, hey, this person is bad for me, and I'm gonna walk away. I've done it to my family. You know, there's people in my family that are just toxic. My father, dear God, he is the worst human being that ever existed. He beat me most of my life, and I got away from him. But until I was in my early 20s before I figured that out. I don't know where I'm going. But I let him hold that over me for so long. I let him hold a spot to where my anger towards him affected my entire life. It was everything. Wrong way. It was how I interacted with everybody. It was just, oh, I'm mad at my dad, so I'm going to be mad at you as well. And it was a toxic feeling that just controlled my life for so long. And I finally got up and I told myself, he is the antagonist in my life and I need him out of it. I went over to his house that day. I did some things I can't admit online, and he's no longer in my life. He's not dead or anything. Yeah. He's no longer in my life. He's no longer holding anything over me because he holds no part of me anymore. Don't let just one bad interaction fuck up your whole life. Depression will sit there and eat you. What the fuck? Oh, I got hit by a mail truck and shit. Don't go through life being a Ferrari. Let me explain. Think about your average Honda Civic. Take care of it, you know, regular oil change, right kind of gas, blase. You'll have that car for 2 or 3 decades, no problem. A Ferrari, you put the wrong kind of gas in it. You take it off-road, even just the slightest, and you will fuck up that entire car. Honda Civic, you can roll that bitch and still have a good car. But if you go through life thinking, oh, I'm the main character, I can do whatever I want, I'm top dollar, you're not going to get very far. Humility is a big part of being the main character. Because in order to be the main character, you must have had some kind of sacrifice put forth to become the main character. You're not... To put you on this quest, you must have dealt with a hardship. That hardship could be depression, could be me turning the wrong fucking way. It could be anything. It could be the smallest thing. You get a grain of sand in a Lambo engine, oh, you might as well buy a new Lambo. Because the engine repairs alone are going to cost you out the wazoo. Honda, though, it's reliable. Like you want your main character to be. dependable. I took the wrong fucking turn. You could put it through a lot, and it still keeps on ticking. Look up Million Mile Miles. It's a Honda Civic. He got over 1 million miles on his speedometer because he was taken care of. And this car was not babied. It used to be a drag racer. Or not a drag racer, street racer. And, oh, I got 4 seconds to get over here. There we go. But through determination and help from companions, Million Mile Miles still exists. He's still on display today. Still is driven daily. Don't go through life with your main character being so bougie, so full of himself that there's no room for you to grow. Because if you start at the top, what the fuck?
And someone said the cops were slowing things down.
Proceeding anywhere in your life is going to feel impossible. If you start at the top of the pyramid, there's nowhere for you to climb. You must find somewhere for you to climb. If you're not climbing, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're not improving your character. You're not boosting your stats. You're not improving. You're not prospering. You're maintaining. Maintaining is comfort. Because, oh, I maintain my hovel. I maintain my my independence. I don't know why I said independence. No. I maintain my my life versus I'm prospering in my life. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to better my life. Don't think you're at the top. If you're at the top, you're not a player. How many video games have you played to where you immediately start out as the badass? You immediately start out with the best gear. You immediately start out with, you know, where you're the boss. I can think of maybe 3 off the top of my head. But with those 3, you're immediately, they're stripped away from you after the prologue. That button. And then your character must grow from nothing. Run the events with Amy.
Someone said the cops were slowing things down. Whatever. I haven't seen so much going on since the city strike. Keep at it, Buttercup.
Oh, there you are. Race to the finish line, point-to-point sprint race. Beautiful, I can do that. You have to create something in your life. Not create, no. You have to find something in your life that gives you hope. Something that makes you want to get up in the morning. Something that makes you want to sit here and make life a little bit better. Don't be mediocre. I have a saying. If at first you don't succeed, you'll make a great crash test dummy. Their entire reason for existing is to fail for the betterment of humanity. Don't be a crash test dummy. There's only one way. Up.
Get in line. We're just about ready to kick things off.
You are welcome, AJ. You are absolutely welcome, dude. I will drop you a follow here in just a second. You have to be your player. Show the world world that you're not just a background character. Show the world that even though, hey, there's some chinks in my armor, there's chinks in my armor for a reason. It's because I'm going through battle right now and you are going to sit here and watch. Or you're going to help. That comes back to the old saying, if you're not with me, you're against me. But don't think everybody who's against you is your enemy. Some people are there for character building. Some NPCs are put there just to help your character farther down the line. Take Balin, for example. He was a fisherman. His only action was to teach you how to fish. You know, hey, here's your pole. And then he'd go, morning, nice day for fishing, ain't it? And he'd say it every time he caught a fish. But then, once Balin went on his quest, what the fuck? He found that little something that made him a main character. He found that little... Him interacting with the player actually helped him become a player. Him seeing everyone else surpass him made him want to join the rest of the crowd. And I don't mean just join the rest of the crowd, go with the flow. No. Make the flow your own. Like the mighty salmon. What the fuck was that? Every year, the salmon, they swim upstream. They go against the flow. Why? Because it's their nature. Why is it their nature? Because their species has done it for so long that this is the only method of reproduction that they've known. But only the strong salmon make it upstream. That's why their species is so vast. It's because they've taught each other. They've built each other's character up to the point to where they have that in their DNA, to where they have to be the survivor. They have to be the main character. And that's where we're failing as a society today, because we tear each other down so quick. We're so quick to chink each other's armor, sit there and destroy each other, put each other down just to lift ourselves up, and it's not healthy. Salmon will sit there and fight with each other, for each other, to try to get things right. Where the fuck am I going? Did the race end? The race ended. Okay. Ooh, wrong way. Wrong button. We as a society need to come together and help one another. Actually make one another better. Yes, there are that select few out there who will sit there and they'll take the time out of their day to actually help one another. But in the end, they feel like NPCs because that's all they do. They give and give and give. You can't constantly give. You have to learn when to stop giving. You have to be the one to say, hey, enough is enough. I'm done taking. I want to actually help. Because if you keep taking handouts, eventually that's the only method of survival you're gonna know. You can't understand the strife that somebody else went through in order to make sure that you were able to be given that. What? Huh? Oh, alright, give me 2 seconds here.
For slowing things down.
Anyways, where was I? Let's go to the map. You can't go through life being scared. Fear is a good, like, it's an innate feeling. It really is. Because we can't help it, but we have nothing to be afraid of. Fear is a fake response. Fear is an action. Fear is no. Fear is a reaction to a false action. Fear is your mind anticipating evil. And people will sit there and listen to that fear, and they will sit there and let the fear hold them hostage, making everything harder. Let's go that way. It's okay to feel fear, but know what to do with the fear. Know how to sit there and control the fear. Figure out why the fear is there. I walk to the store every day. I'll sit there and I walk on the side of the highway. But I'm not afraid that someone's just gonna swerve to the left or to the right of me and hit me dead on, you know? I'm not afraid of that. Because in being the main character of your story, you have to understand that you control your own simulation. You gotta don't let fear control you. You have to control the fear. Understand why the fear exists. Then again, you might be misreading your fear. You might be at the point where your fear is misplaced due to a self-hatred that you have. Oh God. Fear often comes from a lack of knowledge, to be honest. We fear the unknown naturally. The unknown itself is unknown. Thus creating it gives our imagination an outlet to fantasize. And in that fantasy, we can create false representations of what we think might happen. And in doing that, we miss out on what is actually happening. What's a good example? Drifting. Right here. Drifting. In real life, no, absolutely not. Could I drift like this? Absolutely not. But I know why. I know it's because of my limitations. Fuck, there it is. Oh, because I spun that guy out. Cool. You can't be afraid without knowledge. If you have all the knowledge, there's nothing for you to question. There's just an action for you to take. For example, on this car, I know how to make it go. I know how to make it stop. I know how to do a burnout. Would I sit there and do burnouts to my actual car? Absolutely not. Why? Because my knowledge tells me, hey, those tires are about, $100 a piece. I'm not going to sit there and just burn them out. So my fear of sitting there popping my tires is now fed by a knowledge that, hey, that's going to cost me money if I screw up this. And I don't know enough about it in order to be able to not screw it up. Fear can be a protector. Fear is your life literally saying, hey, you've reached a checkpoint in life. Let's go back and reread the instructions so we have a better idea as to what the next step is. It's your body telling you, oh, Amy's done? No, Amy's not done. I think Amy's done for now. There we go. You must master all of your emotions, even happiness. Happiness will throw blinders on you quick. You'll get stuck in that serendipity bubble. You'll get stuck to where all you see is the thing that makes you happy. And it'll blind you and leave you open and susceptible to fear. Because when you can't see what's coming, your mind will start playing tricks. Start telling you, hey, this is about to come up, this is about to happen. And it won't be happening, it'll just be... Shut up, Amy. Wait, that way? You have to overcome fear by learning. Knowledge is power, and that's not just a cliche, it actually is power. And often great power comes with great knowledge. Take the President of the United States, whoever that is. He's got knowledge about aliens, about JFK, about all the conspiracy theories that us normal folk talk about on a day-to-day basis. He knows the answers. Why? Because he has extreme power. But in order to get that extreme power, he had to jump through so many hoops. He had to make sure everyone knew that he was the main character of his story. He was, he wasn't to be fucked with. Damn. The more knowledge he gained, the less power other people had over him. They tried to indict him, 3 different times, and it got to the point to where he was feared. Because, slow down. Because he played their game. He played by their rules and still won. That's main character energy all the way. Play by the rules, but overcome. If you can imagine yourself overcoming any obstacle, as long as you're within the confines of the rule book, your reality is what you make it. But don't sit there and hold on to grudges, hate, anguish. Anger. Anger is blind. Do you know the best way how to fight an angry blind man? Don't show up. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yo, my man. You good? Let me tell you something about Magnus Walker, right? So the guy
Oh shit.
falls in love with his first Porsche when he was like 10 years old, right? And now he has this bunch of amazing Porsches, man. He set a new style. He even owns his own goddamn bridge. Yeah. See, that could be us, bro. Spike Bridge. Damn, I like the sound of that. See, Magnus, he knows Ventura Bay like the back of his hand. He runs this place because he knows the spot so well. It's second nature to him, man. It's effortless. That's all we gotta do, bro. It's cake. Yeah? We learn the spots, we know the players, respect the game. You feel me?
Wow, you're getting the full service tonight. Whatever you do, don't ask him about Magnus Walker.
Too late. Just getting started, baby. We want to get to Magnus. We gotta show him we're worthy. When we smash that legendary run of it, they'll have to come back at us. Yo, surf's up. Who's coming with?
Take care of him.
Let it go, Robin.
I know.
All right, now what?
Travis, what did you promise?
Come on, let's not do this now.
Then I'm gonna deal with Manu.
All right? This is how you want to play it?
That's not the reason you called.
No. But I ain't the one who brought up Manu.
So what then?
Now that I got you both on the line, I got a surprise.
What?
Are you at the garage?
Not yet.
We'll get over there.
What is it?
Just get over there, Amy.
All right, now we're going to go to the garage. If you have main character energy, that doesn't mean just walk around acting like you know better than everyone. Sometimes the main character has a stealth role. Not everybody's journey is the same. Not everybody is going to sit there and peek at the same time. Not everybody's going to have the same demons to fight. Not everybody's going to sit there and have the same trials and tribulations. They're all catered to your character's personal journey. Become your main character. Oh God. I don't know what the hell that was. You have to be able to maintain the integrity of your character. Yes, all of this it's a facade. It's something to do. We're basically just trying to entertain our own atoms while existing in this worthless universe. And I'm honestly just waiting for another species to invade so we can come together as a society, because the only thing that brings us together more than anything is strife and war, and I hate it. It sucks that a country has to go to war in order for their people to come together when we should have been coming together before. There shouldn't have ever been a war. We can come together as a society and build everybody up. Just think of how fast the human species itself would just prosper. Take money out of the equation. Why do we need to sit there and pass this fake, tangible object back and forth as if it has value? The only value we've given it is in our damn minds.
Holy.
Surprise.
No. Travis, you stole Nakai-san's car?
You said you wanted balance, flawless body work? Here it is.
You stole his car!
Hey, I am no thief. After he saw your work, Nakai hit me up. He's curious, and I think I can convince him to come over. But before he does, you need to experience his master build. Gotta study the painting before you meet the painter. Yeah, that's right. You take Nakai's ride for a drive and find out what all the fuss is about.
Never said you actually knew him, Travis.
Nakai, Obama, the Dalai Lama. You did good, guys. But this, next level. Until you've handle the master belt.
I like what you
I'll
said,
be the
though.
apprentice. Go on. Take it and learn.
Me first, man. I'll see you out there, okay?
You gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah, I'll take my Subaru. There we go. You have to be your own main character. Oh, and here's Amy.
I want to see what Knox Python's car can do. Okay,
what?
get out here.
Is the water boiling? How long has the eggs been in? They're boiled. Supposed to boil the water first and then throw the egg in. Oh, didn't read the recipe right. You didn't read the recipe right. Okay, sorry. Yeah. What, Mr. Socks? Hold on. You gotta understand. You have to. Life is boring without. If you just went through life and you don't want for anything, you just everything's handed to you. You're not growing. You're not learning anything. You're just existing, and that makes you an NPC. We need to stop being the NPC and start being the main character. The cop chase. You gotta stop letting the world control how you feel. Be happy, and everything else just falls into place. But don't let happiness blind you to the point where you succumb so easily to the first antagonist that dumps foot in your storyline. You can sit there and be on top of the world, but if your court jester makes a joke, you're still gonna behead it. Well, makes a bad joke, I'm sorry. Oh my god. And sometimes think, alright, when the king kills the court jester, it's either he didn't like the joke or he didn't understand the joke. Both are due to a lack of knowledge and humility. You first must be able to laugh at yourself. Because if you can laugh at yourself, nothing anybody else says is gonna bother you. It'll just be water on a duck's back. But when you can sit there and you can see the chinks in your armor, and you can understand why they're there, it helps you more as a person. It helps you be a better player. must grow. Once you grow as your character, you have to understand why you go through each battle. Understand why you're having each battle. Because a battle without a purpose is just violence. Violence solves nothing. We're always sitting here fighting to be the flashiest. Take the animal kingdom, for example. We imitate the animal kingdom so well. Birds. The female is very dull, very don't draw attention. None of that. The male is the one who's got the pretty colors, who's putting on the show, who's sitting there, you know, being flashy and stuff. In the human society, it's the opposite. It's the male who goes without color, without that. But the flashier our female, the more it looks like we, as a male, are prospering. And females, they'll put on this facade of, oh, I've got this, I've got the flashiest bag, I've got, you know, the newest this, the newest that. And it's all in an attempt to show protection, show that they are well protected, well taken care of, that it's not safe to impede on their nest. While the male will go, you know, play the background role, but he's also the protector. He will also sit there and you don't. Here it is. Second. The male hides in the shadows, almost as if to enact guerrilla warfare on anybody who attacks the castle. While the female will sit there and show the colors, but in the animal kingdom, the male will sit there and flash the predator, fly away, and then fight, you know, but to get him away from the female. That's something that just, we don't see it like that. We just think, oh, I'm buying stuff, and no, you're sitting there and you're trying to put on a fake facade and make your nest seem better than what it is. We're too worried about what other people think about us, to the point that we're afraid to be in our own skin. We're always worried about what's going on the outside versus sitting here looking in. You want to sit there and worry about, hey, Joe Blow's over there and they got this new truck and this new that. Okay, that's good for Joe Blow. I got a Honda Civic here that I bought 10 years ago and it's still running fine. I don't care about Joe Blow's new truck. You look at other people's. Is that on the game or outside? It's on the game. Okay.
I've had my fun. Your turn. Play nice with Naka-san's card. You hear me? Later.
If you sit there and you keep looking at all your friends' success and all that, you'll forget to enjoy the success that you worked hard to achieve. Keep wanting more and wanting more, and then you lose appreciation for what you already have. And in losing that appreciation, you devalue so much of what you've been through in order to sit there and better yourself to get where you are. You might not be as high as Joe Blow, but you're getting there. Oh, I have to go to the garage. Where's the garage? life based on the success of others, if you do, you will never find true happiness. You will always sit there and be in regret and remorse, thinking you could have done better, you should have done better, you should have done this. Shoulda, coulda, woulda don't pay the bills. Actions do. You gotta be the better person. And I don't mean sit there and turn the other cheek. Put your foot down. Show the world that you're here. But do it in a way that also values humility. Otherwise, you come off as arrogant, and it damages your character. It diminishes who you are as a person. How do I get a hold of... Huh? Where do I get his car, though? Hold on. Yeah, they're fucking bugged out on me. I don't understand. You gotta let the world know that you got this. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be afraid, but you have to be willing to step forward. Oh, I have to buy it. Okay. That explains that. Learn how to show yourself humility so that you can grow. Because in acknowledging the chinks in your armor, you will become a better person. Don't hide the chinks. Rosin them up. Give them a nice little shine. Let the world know what you've been through. At least it was $0. You'd be amazed at how much you grow once you sit there and you select car. Yeah. Instead of sitting there hiding all the time, it's so much more you can do, so much that you can sit there and improve yourself on. And the more you improve, the better of a person you become, and you be amazed at how much easier the rest of the world becomes once you can see through the bullshit. Once you can see who's the antagonist and who's NPCs, who's just here for a short time and who's here for the whole time. Understand that, everything becomes, if anything, trivial. Why is this happening? But I like what this dude said. First, you must study the painting before you see the artist. In other words, you have to gain knowledge about what you're talking about before you talk about it. You just open your mouth and you don't know where you're going one way or left. You don't understand up from down, left from right, criss from cross. You're going to make mistakes, and not in a healthy way. You're going to make mistakes in a way that diminishes your character.
All right, let's see if you're ready to handle a ride like this.
It'll make you less reliable, and in real life, there are no restarts. There is no reset button. There's no easy fix. There's no cheat codes. You got to sit there and you have to really pay attention to the story You have to, motherfucker. So you don't want to come in. If you sit there and you acknowledge the chinks in your armor, be the better person by sitting there and understanding why you went through what you went through. Learn from your experiences
Let's see if you're ready to
and
handle a
gain
ride like
knowledge.
this.
Once you gain knowledge, when that experience comes up again, then you accomplish what I call cheat codes, because you know the solution before the problem arises again. And I will admit, sometimes I've jumped the gun, put in the cheat code, and thinking, oh, that'll solve the issue, and it's not the same test. Goes back to the old saying, you can't judge a book by its cover. Don't sit there and say, oh, this situation is just like the other, because then you miss important dialogue. And that dialogue can be the difference between your character sitting there going, you know, on to be the king of the kingdom, or staying level locked. That little bit of dialogue can be the answer to the mystery that you've had for eons. But you wanted to skip it because you had a cheat code in your head. I just missed that fucking corner. Okay, that'll work. I just gotta race Amy, that's all I gotta do. You'll sit there and you'll miss the dialogue, and it'll hurt you in the long run. Kind of like the old computer game, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? You had to sit there and decipher where his postcards were coming from. You had to sit there and know that the Taj Mahal was in India. You had to know that the St. Louis Arch is in Missouri. I mean, you had to gain knowledge about places around the world before you could even hope to play the game. The same is true for real life. You have to gain knowledge before you can step out into the world. In the beginning, I mean, you got breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because that was Tutorial Island. You sat there and you got breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. You thought you was hot shit. You was like a hobo with a ham sandwich. You had it all right there. But as you grow up, and as you grow up, you realize, hey, breakfast, lunch, and dinner's for beginners. Sometimes you gotta skip a meal. Sometimes you gotta sit there and you gotta suffer a little bit. That suffering is character building. That suffering will change you. That suffering will change your whole perception. Because in that suffering, you're making a mental note. I don't want this to happen again. You're making a note that, hey, this happened because of something I did. This happened because I came up short somewhere. Let's figure out why I came up short so it doesn't happen again. Am I gonna do that again? I'll probably do that. Because that little bit. Just that little bit of knowledge is something to turn the tides the next time that, hey, it's time to eat. You're going to do something to make sure that you can eat when it's time to eat. You got to find that outlet. Find something to make you better than last time. So yeah, you might be going through a rut. You might be sitting there just digging a hole, going in a circle. But next time you come around that circle, what if you start building a set of stairs to help you get out of that rut once in a while? You know? You sitting there, Jesus. Just because you're going in a rut don't mean that's your whole world. Build a ladder. Put up a set of stairs. So you can get out. Get away from what you think is the norm.
All right, let's see if you're ready to handle a ride
Sometimes
like this.
I will walk into town and just, I'll be in one of my moods where I don't really want to talk to anybody, but I'm not going to be rude on purpose. So I'll pull the crazy card. People, I do it to Walmart associates all the time. They'll come up to me, hey, do you need any kind of help or anything? And I'll come up with something stupid like, yeah, I was looking for peanut butter for my pet crab, but I don't know what kind of peanut butter he likes, whether he likes chunky or smooth. Because if he likes chunky, then I need to put more gravel in his aquarium. But if he likes smooth, then I probably need to put more sand in there. What's your take? These people will literally I will literally see their brain lock up to the point to where they just back away slowly. And I'm just like, thank you for minding your own business. I don't say this out loud, but that's where my head is. Sometimes you just got to throw people a curveball just to get them out of that mind frame. Because you'll notice it with fast food workers, anybody in customer service, they're quick to follow a script. They don't really have any real interaction with you. Break them out of that script. I'll do it when I pay my internet because my internet company, they have the same script. And every once in a while, I'll get this one guy and he'll go off script and he'll sit there and actually have a real conversation with me. And that makes me want to, ask for him every time. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm just like, I just want to pay my bill. But it's that little bit of interaction that'll make things change. Where the fuck? Okay, you're not far in front of me. It's that little interaction, that little bit of, hey, this is a little bit different. This something to just throw a curveball. It'll sometimes wake people up. Kind of like when Neo woke up out of the Matrix for the first time. He didn't know what was going on. He thought his whole world made sense. And then he wakes up in a pod and gets picked up by a ship that he has never seen before. His whole life, his decades past where he actually thinks he is in the world. Oh my god, come on. Damn it, Amy. Shit. Sometimes you gotta wake people up. You gotta give them the red pill. You gotta sit there and you don't force it down their throat, but do something that just makes them think. Something, anything to make it to where that rut that they might be in, they can see that there's something on the outside of it. That's what you gotta do with yourself too. Sometimes you just gotta find yourself a distraction. Sometimes you gotta sit there and you gotta cut the head off the snake just so you can watch it wiggle.
Let's see if you're ready to handle a ride like this.
Once you cut that head off, that snake will start wiggling, and then you'll realize the fear's gone. Snake with no head ain't no danger. And you're not scared anymore. You're not sitting there worrying about stuff. You can take a moment and just breathe. All of life starts with the first breath. Once that breath is given to you, it's up to you whether you become the player or the NPC. Those of you who set out to become the player, you gotta be ready for the journey. You gotta sit there and accept the fact that there's gonna be hardships, and there's gonna be strife, there's gonna be interruptions in our scheduled programming that just don't make sense. But in those scheduled interruptions, there's moments of bliss, moments where I need to start this shit over. There's moments where everything makes sense for just a split second. You can finally see the big picture. And you can stop focusing on the minor details. Life is not a Where's Waldo book. You can't sit there and come at it with a magnifying glass. I missed the turn. There it is. You can't sit there and come at it with a magnifying glass and expect to see everything. Yeah, you're looking for this one answer, this one Waldo. But on your journey to find Waldo, look at how much is going on around you. Look at the guy on the pogo stick and the clown mask. Look at the trapeze artist sitting there juggling bowling pins. Look at the nurse sitting there juggling babies. It's the little things that they're not quite right, but in the grand scheme of things, they're that little distraction, just something to make you realize it's not all terrible, it's not all bad. Give you something to distract yourself, to get your dopamine receptors just up, just a hair. I watch old commercials to get my happy pill. The freecreditreport.com commercials, the originals, all 9 of them. I know them by heart, and they make me laugh every time I listen to them. I put a smile on my face that a fucking mortician couldn't remove. That's my dopamine receptor. That's the one thing in my life I can go, hey, that's a turn. I can go, hey, you know, this is making me happy, because it's one of those things that just, you don't know why, but to you, are you fucking kidding me? This little thing changes your entire reality. It changes your perception. It makes you realize that you're beating yourself up for nothing. And you did all this because you got mad at yourself one time and you keep holding on to it. You hold on to it. Instead of learning from your failure, you're sitting there holding on to it, letting it define who you are versus growing from it. Don't think just because you had a little hiccup that it's the end. A little hiccup ain't nothing. Sometimes you get the hiccups. There was once a guy, he had the hiccups for 38 years, but he kept on living. He didn't give up. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records, having the hiccups for 38 years. But that little hiccup didn't deter him. He still had a normal life, wife, kids, job, all that. We all come with chinks in our armor. But it's whether we wear them with pride or whether we sit there and we hide behind them. It's not the end of the world if you get struck down. But from that strike, you can grow. You can sit there and you can become a better knight in armor instead of an idiot in tinfoil. That little bit of chink, you realize where you come up short. What part of you hurts you. Grow as a person. Be the person you are aiming to be. Slow down. Stop dwelling on your failures. Stop sitting there and telling the world, oh, I can't do it. I can't, I won't, I did it this time and it didn't work. Okay, that was a learning experience. Learn what to do that's different. How can you improve your situation? How can you grow? One little hiccup is not the end of the world. Damn it! Oh my god, Amy's gone. No, she's not. What the hell? Restart. You have to learn. Don't dwell. Because when you dwell on things, you fail to see what's right in front of you. You're constantly thinking about that missed turn or,
Alright,
you know,
if you're ready to
that
handle a ride like this.
thing you said. It's in the past. What can you do to move forward? What can you do to make yourself prosper further? That's where you gotta be in life. You gotta sit there and think, how can I grow today? What step can I take to make, I did that so much better. What step can I take today that's different than yesterday? How do I get off of this beaten path? How do I sit there and better myself? How do I get out of the rut that I'm constantly in? Create a hiccup. You have to sit there and get out of your rut. Because some antagonists will tell you to get right back in your rut and fall in line. If you don't have haters, as the kids say, you're doing something wrong. If you don't have haters, you're not growing. You've done nothing of impact. Haters are my biggest fans because they inspire me. Because if you're putting that much effort into trying to ruin my day, appreciate it, bro. I love your effort, because if you're going through that much effort, I must have done something that made you just living for half a second. And in that half a second, I was in control. And in you sitting there trying to ruin my day, that half a second is turning into a lifetime of anger that I'm holding over you. Don't let that little half a second turn into a lifetime of why. Wow! I hit that every time. Alright, how far away are you? No, she's still way up there. But that curve every time. Alright. Don't let that half a second where you just misblocked one strike and it chinked your armor define who you are as a person.
Alright, let's see if you're ready to handle a ride like this.
I'm trying to handle a ride like this. There's no reset. There's no reset. This is how we deal today. You need to create in your mindset who you want to be, how you want to be, and then be that person. The more you sit there and talk, oh, I'm going to do this, I want to do that, but the more time you're wasting. You can sit there and you can tell me a story, and it'll bring me a yarn long as time has been, but none of it means anything without action. You don't put forth the action, you're just talk. And talking like that, you're putting false hope in your mind. That false hope can eat at you because it's not happening. But work at it. Keep working at it. The more you work at it, the more it'll put you in a state of mind to where you're unstoppable. And if you keep working at it, I guarantee you'll look back one day and you'll say, wow, look at how far I've come. You can sit there, look back on your journey, and tell your story versus writing your story. When you can tell your story versus fantasizing your story, that's when you become a hero. You don't become the hero as you're telling the story, as you're going through the trials and tribulations, as you're going through the gauntlet. You are not the hero. You are not the hero of your story until your story is over. You are the main character, but you're not the hero until your story is over. No one is the hero until the story is over, and they can tell the story. You might tell the story of how you saved the little girl in the well, but there's a lot that you had to do to save that little girl in the well. You didn't just walk in the woods and, oh, there's a little girl in the well. No. Something happened. The server will be down for maintenance in 30 minutes. Alright. No. And don't get discouraged if first time you try something, you're not good at it. If you enjoy it, keep trying. You'll get good at it. Don't let one failure define your entire existence.
Look, Robin, you can't play all sides.
I know. Besides, I don't want to hurt his feelings.
You sit there and dwell on that one failure. That'll be your whole life. Dinner's ready? Alright, hold on. Alright, until next time, folks.